just what I was getting into. Knocking on the door of your hotel room with nothing but a jacket and some fuck me shoes. I knew it was on. I heard you say, ah, ooh, gaga. I knew you were gonna tear your way into me like a present on Christmas Day. I know all about the consequence of getting into bed with you. My heart is saying I don't need that shit, but all of my body is saying I do. Babe, I think that you might be the best drug in Tennessee.
Hello, welcome to Married to Monday, where I play you something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, each Monday of the month. And you may have noticed one eyeball that on Instagram, I put a note that it was the last Married to Monday, and I really can't say for sure if it is the last Married to Monday, but I have so many things going on Mondays in September that I was thinking I might move it to Wedded to Wednesday. So I would like for you to let me know in the comments. A, do you want me to keep doing Married to Monday? That's the first thing. B, would you come if it were Wedded to Wednesday around 06 or 7? C, what are the things that I do on this show that you really enjoy that you would like to see more of? Because I think I might take a short hiatus and then kind of regroup, because I've been doing quite a bit of, I've really been getting into my human design. Is anybody into that stuff yet? Have we been talking about human design yet? No comments. Let me check the gram. Hi, y'all. Wednesday's work. Okay. All right, Steven. Okay, John. Okay. Is it, what do you mean it's so quiet? Is it quiet? Very quiet. Well, it's, for whatever reason, it sounds like it's working. Hi, Rachel. Oh God, that's fine. I thought there just weren't going to be any more shows at all. Okay, human design just a little. Okay, a little bit last week. All right. Okay. Hey, Mary had a little lion. Mary, do you know about human design? Let me know if you know about human design. Okay, so I've been getting so interested in this human design thing, so much so that I have not let myself watch any television while I've been here. These are the songs, the inmate songs. So many. Like, I haven't even decided yet what I'm doing for something old, new, borrowed, and blue, because I want to do their songs, and they're just writing so many songs. There's so many, and they're so great. They are great. This was last Monday would have been day one. Well, last week we wrote a kid's song. Everyone wrote a kid's song. Everyone wrote a commissary jingle. Everyone wrote a come stay at WCI travel brochure for the prison, which was interesting. Everyone wrote a song from the perspective of a brick wall. And then everyone they had 30 minutes to write their song as if it had been their funeral. Those were pretty powerful. And then they wrote their superhero songs. So this is the advanced class. This is what you do. You write a song or two every day. So, and I have had them all give me handwritten copies of these, because that's the only way we have the ability to do it. And there's so many songs that I want to play, sing, explain to you from my inmates. I don't want to call them my inmates. I'm going to call them my blues. I just want people to know what I'm saying, who I'm dealing with, because they're not my inmates, of course. I'm not imprisoning them, and if anything, Hi. Hi, Elizabeth. If anything, I'm hoping to give them some, you know, some sort of personal agency, inner freedom, I guess. My songs have done it for me, but the feelings of freedom are so fleeting. Hi, Magic Smith. Thanks for getting on here. So, okay, just heard about it a bit. Some people have been talking about it on TikTok drama, sure. Very basic knowledge of human design. All right. So, I've been getting really interested in this human design thing. So, and then I watched this documentary, because, since I'm down here and they've brought me down here, I've been doing some soul searching, right? Because I feel like when I put out our record, that it was so I don't know. I would need millions of trillions of dollars to whatever it would need to do to continue to keep this record going. Like it's kind of like if it doesn't catch, then hopefully best you can hope for is that one day, somebody kind of discover you when you're dead. and they're like, "Oh wow, what an innovative record." So before its time. I mean, I don't know. Was I really how authentic was my record? Pretty close, Some of the I'm walking a line, like I'm leaning into some edges that are authentic for me, but what is my reasoning behind all of the choices that we make for our art and when we're putting it out? And I've said a couple of times to Misa, to my friends, like, you know what? Like, I kind of don't have anything left to lose. Like, everything I've ever had, I've put back into this pursuit. And now I just think I really want to find out, like, what kind of artist I am. Like, what kind of artist am I really? And so that, it kind of aligns with this human design thing, because in the human design, when you find out sort of what energy type you are, and this gets woo, okay? Now I'm going woo. But, like, when you get into when you start thinking about, everything that the woo people talk about, how there's going to be a new paradigm shift in 2027, all of this stuff has always really resonated with me, like very much so. And I also feel it. I mean, granted, I'm at a new level. Like I reached a new level in July, level 43. That was my birthday. So now I'm at level 43, but it's not a year. It's the level, because this is all this big video game. So that's really exciting, right? That I'm at level 43. And you do need to, I never run out of energy for things that I truly love to do. Like, as soon as I get on here and I start talking to you guys and I start throwing my shoes and stuff, it's like I could do it all night. Married to Monday, it's only supposed to be an hour, and sometimes it goes 2 hours depending on what we're doing, because I'm a generator. That's what the energy type that I'm in. I'm not a manifesting generator, though. So there's manifestors, manifesting generators, projectors. Now there's new energy types being born. But when I looked into this and I looked into my chart and I started listening to some podcasts that were very down to earth, I just started getting it all was making so much sense. So much sense. So validating, explaining why, in terms of like my specific profile, I run out of this energy, and how it's very important for me to make sure that I'm authentically lit up and engaged by the things that I am actually doing, which really made sense. It also kind of checks out with the ADHD thing, right? Like, why does this want to keep shutting down? Like, why do they think that they need to, hey, Tom Pritchett, medicate, like you would need to medicate a person who doesn't have the energy for things that they find boring. I mean, I used to have stacks and stacks of mail in bags. I mean, it was very concerning, so much so that Megan Burt got me some special stamps and like a wax stamper to make mail fun for me. I have some mail trauma, but to make mail fun for me so that I could open mail, because I've always said that whatever it was, if I could just make it fun, then I will be able to get myself to do it, which really has checked out with me for this energy type. So I've just been thinking about Married to Monday, and I've been thinking about how, like, playing something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue, like, it's not that I've run out, but I haven't been writing new songs. Although I am very excited to play the songs, or to read you some of the Inmate songs. I mean, honestly, I could just read Inmate songs forever. And it doesn't mean that it just means that, I get on here and we have this 4-song concert that is, it's a weekly support group, or a weekly, like, Caitlin brain dump, disguised as a 4-song concert, which is so amazing that my 8 friends show up for this. That's really awesome. But I want to get a little more streamlined in terms of what is it that I offer you here that is valuable to you, that I should create more of, or I should focus in on. Or if I went rogue, if I just decided to become like a human design reader and I started doing human design readings on here, if Married to Monday was something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and like something old was like, if it was just me talking, if it was like me showing you my old like yearbook pictures, and then something new was like my new okay, maybe not that. Let's say something old was something that's no longer working for me, and something new was something that is working for me, and something borrowed was like a new concept that I got. Like, what if I turned this more into a spiritual podcast of sorts? Would you still be interested in Married to Monday? I am not sure. It's going to be Wedded to Wednesday, and it's going to have a little bit of a different flavor. It's going to be an hour, and I'm going to really get clear on what it is that I'm offering, because I almost never play. I don't even ever get to the songs. You know what I mean? So I want to know from you guys what the value is that you get out of me coming on here and talking to you. Love Addict will not be cure. Pink moon. I don't get it. What's that mean, John? Love Addict will not be cure. Pink moon. Hi. Random word generator. Wilco. Totally. Linda's here too. Oh, Linz. I was like, oh, I'm going to pretend I know who Linda is. Hi, Linz. Yes. Okay. Mary would be down. Yes, would still be here for it. Okay. So I'm just going to see. I like your songwriting and your voice. Oh, thank you. Awesome. Yeah, it might be that sometimes the songs are almost an afterthought, but I love this session. Okay. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to do something though. Okay? And today I'm just going to get into it, because I think I'm going to do the song that I sang to the guys from class today, because there was a man, so something old. So this is from second residency. And for those of you who don't know, I'm in the middle of a 2-week songwriting course workshop that I take into Walton Correctional Institution here in Defuniak Springs, Florida. I think this is the first time I haven't done my red lip, pink lip thing. Like, there's nothing like writing with some inmates for a couple weeks to make you not give a shit about your lip color. You know what I mean? That's good. Okay, so this man, Derek James, 536-293, he was transferred. He'd been down. Down means how long have you been there? I mean, he had a life a life without. So he, I think, had been serving, it was over 30 years for sure. It may have been 40. He was older, in his 60s, in very good shape. He was a light. His completely white, black man, white eyebrows, white hair where he had hair. And he did not identify as a songwriter. And so I did this whole lesson with them today. And so I read this at the end of the meditation because, you know, Mary Gaucher does this whole thing on, oh, that's another thing, you know, it could be, if you guys are interested in songwriting instruction, right, too, or breaking down like my songwriting process. I so appreciate that. E.L. Adams. My buddy was over in Santa Rosa County for about 10 years. Love that you were doing that. Was he just in Santa Rosa County, or was he at WCI? Like, was he incarcerated? But I love it. I love it here. It's a great place to have a prison. I told you that, right? That on when I went to my first residency, I was like, do y'all know there's a beach like 40 minutes from here? And they're like, we heard, you know. A lot of them are imported from Miami and whatnot. So today I did, I was talking about Mary Gaucher and how, you know, or my education actually really came from Mary Gaucher a lot, because I just was in New York City and I was being an actress, and I started going over to, oh, hey, Courtney, I'm talking about our thing. Everybody welcome Courtney Malone from the CAA, the Cultural Arts Alliance, is who makes it possible for me to do this. So, so when I started writing songs and I was in New York and I was trying to be an actress, but I wasn't lighting me up anymore. And I went over to the song school in Lyons, Colorado, and that was the first time that I had ever like taken a Mary Gaucher class. And I basically just started following her around the country after that, because her song, I wonder if I've ever played it in here. Have I ever played I Drink? It was the song that made me want to be a songwriter. So she has this thing about, you know, like truth. And she does this thing and she talks about this in Saved by a Song. Actually, I probably have the quotes, her direct quotes. But that a writer's voice, you know, it's your voice. So I don't tell them, you know, I think the words already have the melody. If they can't sing, I still encourage them to sing, because I think they unlock something when they use their own voice. You know, it's also just such a much more, you know, we'll have a concert on Thursday and it'll be so powerful when they sing in their own voice, you know, even if it's shaking, it's just the vulnerability is so powerful. So I was going to try to find her direct quote, but basically Pat Pattison is also there. So you're like getting a Berkeley education. Oh, maybe I should answer it. Well, Chris, if you're watching, I can't find my phone. That was probably a butt dial anyway. So here's another thing. I decided to stop taking my my methamphetamines this week, at least the afternoon dose, because I feel that it is affecting my ability to. I feel it is bypassing my sacral authority and messing with my vagus nerve. So I'm starting to, but I am a little bit scattered. Not gonna lie. So, anyways, Pat Pattison is also there, and he's got this whole thing about, like, you know, preserve the integrity of the natural speech. So it's like, I tell them, you can sing this just exactly the way that you would speak it. Like, if you listen to me speaking right now, you can kind of hear how the words have some pitch. Have some pitch. Have some pitch. Have some pitch. You know, like, you can get a melody out of it. And also, I like to use Poker Face as an example because it's one note. And it was this huge hit. Poker Face. Okay, two notes, because she descends in the last thing. So this ended up being a very powerful song, even though all of it was spoken word until he got to the chorus. And it's just such an incredible perspective on a thing. And where the hell did it go? What did I do to your song, Derek? I never saw him again after this. He was transferred. Truth forwards the past. Truth forwards the past. He spelled it with a 4. Women, men, boys, and little girls that all came forth out of a fetus curl. Born in a tent, then raised with a spear, not once realizing that danger was near. Swept away from the life that they once knew, night and day the numbers continuously grew. As the rumors of slaves continued to swirl, away more were taken from the dark side of the world. Can you relate to the way that I feel? Purity is so easy to steal. I'm hearing all of their past goodbyes, even the ones that have continuously cried. A feeling of guilt still plays in my head. Should have been me and not them instead. My God, take away from me the suffering faces that I continue to see. Please take me back to the place that I've known, far, far away to my distant home. Can you relate to the way that I feel? Purity is so easy to steal. But times have changed for the better of us all. Blacks and whites now mingle in the malls. Men and women of all different races are now having kids with different color faces. So the world is not exactly the same, but still confused as to who's to blame. Love is colorblind and you can't stop its pace. No matter what, it shall get to its place. Can you relate to the way that I feel? Purity is so easy to steal. Truth forwards the past. Derek James, 536293. That was cool, huh? I mean, it was a very, very interesting commentary on like, this actually came out of an exercise of using time period to change the meaning of a chorus, right? So he went all the way back to when boys and girls were raised with spears, you know, out of a fetus curl, that they were taken from the dark side of the world, right? When the slaves were essentially stolen from Africa. And then, like, his guilt around it not having been, I mean, it's just beautiful, and how to see the time change with blacks and whites mingling in the malls, and what to do with the blame. I mean, when I sang it, it was so interesting because they were all sort of in the middle of this grounding meditation that we do, and I remember when they weren't expecting it, right? So as soon as I sang, "Can you relate to the way that I feel?" I heard them go, you know, because this is a lot of times in their form of entertainment. You know, I mean, they have tablets, but if they get bored, they get up and sing each other's songs. It's pretty cool. So this is something old because it's from the last residency. I'm going to come over here and see what you guys are saying. What are you guys saying? Mary Gaucher is truly amazing. Let's see. He was incarcerated. We grew up in Pensacola together. Oh, wow. He was there for 10 years, huh? Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad he's out, but if he was still there, I wish he would take my class. It's been tricky with class because they had to do master count today. I haven't been able to get to the classes because 2 times they've had, like, one time we got sent home because of weather, so we lost half a class, and then today, you know, get there at 11, they do count. They can't, someone's not accounted for, someone's missing, or they're counted 1 too many, so then they have to recount everything. So everybody who, no matter where they are, they have to go back to their blocks, back behind the razor wire, back into their bunks and get counted again. And so it takes another hour and a half. Maybe they'll let them come back and maybe they won't, but we stayed. They came back we had about a half an hour left. So we ended up staying about, 45 minutes over just to get to some more. So anyway, one of the prompts that I gave them this week is one that I'm going to play for you, because when I told them all to write, the songs that they wrote for their funerals are incredible. I mean, some of them are just amazing. But I don't have the melodies. Well, for one thing, I don't have the words, because I haven't been given all of the new songs from this week, and they have to finish them. Plus, they have to do a lot of handwriting. So, but they were like, BTL, Blonde Teacher Lady. That's my name. Did you write your song? And I said, well, I was given this exercise once by Steve Poltz. I will. This is bad, but I can't get it to tune. How come it won't? I might have to do it with my phone, but I can't find my phone. So, I've rewritten this song. I rewrote it for my dad when he died. I've rewritten it and I've never gotten it quite right. And so this time I decided that I was going to do the Steve Poltz exercise. So the Steve Poltz exercise, Tom, was to, we had 30 minutes to write a song for our funeral. So it was basically everything that, if we died right now, what would we want to leave everyone with? And so I have played this for you guys before when I tried to rewrite it, and I didn't get there. And I didn't get it quite there. But since this song, Something New, are things that I think would go on the next record, I do think I would put this on the next record. And I did use that 30 minutes to go into this song and sort of rewrite it again. So, I guess this song is called I'm Sorry. And I never know. To me, it did. It worked. It clicked. Like, it moved a lot of emotion. But then I always need to go back and play it again when I'm not so emotional, so that I can get a little bit of a better gauge. But for whatever reason, the rewrite helped me move what I needed to move that day. Do these guys get published or anything? Some of them do, in certain ways. Right now, the only publishing that we do, I get a media release signed and I can print their words. I haven't figured out how. That's the next frontier, though, because we want to publish a songbook, and we want to, Dave and Anna, Dave Bournet and Anna, who come on here, they taught a class, and so they recorded some of the songs that the guys had written in their class, and they're amazing. And so they're just covering them just to make a record, because we don't have any ability to record them in there. And I have not figured out exactly which hoops to jump through. It just depends in the prison. Like, they're doing a lot by letting us have these programs coming in there, but it's like there's been a lot going on up at the prison. There's been just like with the counts, and there's been a lot of violence up there this week, and there's been, there was I believe it was a suicide earlier this week, because there was an ambulance, and then I heard the guards talking about it. So it's just been sometimes the wardens are really overwhelmed, and we're just not doing anything extra right now. I also would like to say that I've never felt safer, because the guys that I'm with, have to have special privileges to take the class. And where I go into this prison, I'm not in a place where I would ever be in any danger. And if for some reason I was, they would protect me. So, and the same thing with Sammy Acola, who I'm taking in there right now, who couldn't be with us tonight. Okay. So let's see if I can remember it. If I had only known that I was running short on time, the things I would do differently will come as no surprise. I wanted to attain some things too far beyond my reach,
blinded by ambition, miss the forest for the trees. I often abandoned folks in places I called home. I wasn't good at coming back or picking up the phone. But I was thinking of you even when we didn't talk. I wrote letters that I stamped, never put in the mailbox. I am sorry if I hurt you. I know now that I was wrong. And in case I left you in the dark, you will never be alone. I never got the fortune and I never got the fame. I spent every penny that I had to my name. And my only possession, I am leaving you because when everything is stripped away, all you got is love. I am sorry if I hurt you. I know now that I was wrong. And in case I left you in the dark, you will never be alone. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I know now that I was wrong. And in case I left you in the dark, you will never be alone. Hey friends. Thanks, Steven. Hi, Alchemy. Hey, TPL. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Brittany. I always hated how much the commissary cost. Oh, did you hear that I make them do these commissary jingles and they are so great? I'll just read you one, just for fun. Just for fun. Anxious freedoms, just surviving, mountaineer. Man, something blue's gonna hit tonight, that's for sure. Let me just find you one. I got so many. It's Monday. Gotta hit the canteen because it's rollover, right? Because they're like points rollover. Go scan my card and get a case of soups. That's almost $20. Man, I feel duped. Got some extra money this week. I'm balling, so let's get some beef barbacoa. Got there. Actually, it's funny. This Semi has family and they send him money and he gets an eye care package and not everybody gets that. I mean, it's like 2 soups and a chip is all this other guy who got transferred today, Migo. We called him Black Migo because there's 2 Migos, and he was the sweetest. He's from Haiti, you know, and he's just like so shy and timid, and he's just visually not what you would expect to be shy and timid. But his song for the canteen was
2 soups and a chip, which is all I need. It's because it's like that's all he can afford, but that's all he needs to be able to make. You can't make the pizza because he doesn't have mayo and mustard for all that. I mean, they call them pizzas, like the prison pizzas that they put in the bag, but you can make this thing with 2 soups and a chip. Got some extra money this week on get some barbacoa. Got there 97-cent drinks. Do I want a root beer or an orange soda? Kick off on the 4th and the Cowboys gonna win. Yeah, and then everybody was like, whatever. Don't think so. I'm gonna have to go buy me Din Din. This new cheese sucks. It's just yellow dye on clear goop. But that's okay, because it's Monday. Anyway, this is from Semi. He actually wrote an incredible song today that he's gonna do. No, I got really good canteen songs. I want to do all the canteen songs. My shackles and chains. Vibes to your chest. What are canteen songs? Well, they haven't made me. The taste of peanut butter helps my body to feel really good, like the sight of a woman before me stood. Take away my pain, my sinful desire, and nature too. Peanut butter I crave. But what about you? Okay. He went on and on about that. Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos. Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos. Or you can even get extreme shebang with it. But you better not forget the blue cheese. So make you good you think you're eating some hot wings and some pork skins and some hot barbecue. So many different kind of chips, I don't know what to do. Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos. Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos. You can even get extreme shebangs with it. I remember that one. Yeah. Oh. Stop. Grab your ID and blue bag. Canteen is called your last in line. Hungry for a little calzone. It's cheese-filled pepperoni roll. Spicy. Cheese squeeze on top. Hot food's done. Watch it out. Hot. Check my bag. Jesse got me from a mayo. Okay, because this guy who runs the canteen, he's like stealing everybody's mayos and like getting it all. And then he's like trying to he's got all these mayos, so like if you have to be really nice to Jesse and he'll like give you back your mayo. Anyway, Jesse got me from a hop back in line. Tell him I'm no playo. Crazy because he gets paid every month. Gonna try me like I'm some punk. Bust in, receipt in hand. I give him a look like I'm not playing. 12 cents. There's $12 in the street. Try that with C-Dorm. They'll pull the heat. And he goes, I'm out of here. Back to D2, because D2 is an honor dorm. It's a program dorm. Word to your classification officer. They have humor. Honey buns. I need me a honey bun. Honey bun. I love them because you can't get me none. They glazed out silhouette on the brawny dough bun. I should have been on America's top 10 nutritions. Every time I eat one, it makes me feel ambitious. Thank you, Miss Caitlin, for your help. Oh. And then he wrote me a special note. That's not part of the song. Oh my God, I loved this one. This was great. Spodio got them hoes. Spodio rock polo. Spodio got them baked rolls. Make you want to strip off all your clothes. Okay, I don't censor them. Spodio got them hoes. Spodio rock polo. That was his name, Spodio. I mean, his name is Gator, but that was like his artist name. Anyway. Barbacoa is a really nice thing. No, it's so true. I know. I'm like, I don't think we can call that. Looks like we have some pre-thrown shoes. Oh, I know. I threw them already. I threw them before you got here. Is that cool? Definitely felt stuff with that one. Oh, good. I hope you're talking about my song, Rachel. All right. So we've had something old. We've had something new. What do you think? Should that go on my record? Should it go on my record? In case I ever make another one? You tell me. Something borrowed. For something borrowed. What should I do? I just did all those canteen jingles. Man, but no, I want to give you a real song. Derek. Okay. So when I had them write their superhero songs, I'm gonna get off these funeral vibes. Andrew, that some of these superhero songs were so good. They were just so creative. And there was one that it really, I thought it was so sweet. Between us, everything I'm not. What'd I do with it? Well, sorry, y'all. You just have to deal with this. Oh, Superman. Okay, I don't know the melody yet, but I'm gonna try to learn this one because he's gonna perform it. So, Something Borrowed by Andrew Lawyer, DC 171392. Some say they want superpowers, fly like an eagle, fast as the speed of light. That's all good and has its benefits, but what I want is so much more innocent. Then his chorus is, all I want is to be a Superman, a loving son, a dependable brother. All I want is to be a Superman, a faithful husband, a devoted father. All I want is to be a Superman, following in his footsteps all day long. All I want to be is a Superman. This is my superhero song. Verse 2, being a faithful man to his will. Not my own desires, but his desires for me. If I humble myself, he will lift me up. He's the true example of what a hero should be. All I want is to be a Superman, a loving son, a dependable brother. All I want is to be a Superman, a faithful husband, a devoted father. All I want is to be a Superman, following in his footsteps all day long. All I want is to be a Superman. This is my superhero song. Is so sweet. I love his take on that. We had some awesome superhero songs. Arab, they call him Arab. He's gonna perform his, and he's like, he made himself an Arabian superhero, and his camel spits acid. And he's like, I hop on my he's like, wow, zoom, this is how it goes. And they pound on their chests and do their beats, which I cannot do. Hi, Claire Nickerson. And yeah. So anyway, he was like, wow, zoom. He was like, a cape and a turban, a cape and a turban, and it was just great. Okay, let's see. You know what? I'm not gonna do anything as heavy as I did last week, although I could. And if you want that, I'm here for that. I will give you the heavy. They're great. But I did have this really great experience with Derek. And it's in I wrote about it. I think it's in, there's all these articles around about these when I put their songs. Oh, Ethel and the Shameless Hussies. Yeah. No, Ethel and the Shameless Hussies is my favorite band, and one of my fans, Pete. I'm glad you asked, Steven, because Pete, who you may have met at one of the shows, he brought me 2 Ethel and the Shameless Hussy CDs that you can't get anymore, and this shirt. And I should have worn it on a day that I cover Ethel and the Shameless Hussies, because I do have a dream, which is that I am going to do an Ethel and the Shameless Hussies cover band tribute. Like a whole bunch of Ethel and the Shameless Hussy songs. Like I thought he was Mr. Right, but he left. Okay. Everything I'm Not. So I did this. We call it getting riced. So now it's like Derek, he brought me a song, and it was a pretty bad song. It was like it was like a bro country ditty. It was really catchy. But he had these 2 lines in it about a needle and a spoon that he never went back to. And I was like, this is classic Chekhov's gun. They were like, what's that? I'm like, you can't give me a needle and a spoon in the first act and then not, do you guys know this Chekhov's gun? Like he hung a. It's the theory that you can't have a pistol hanging on the wall in the first act if it's not going to go off by the second or third act. So I'm like, you can't give me a needle and a spoon in the first verse and never take me back there to find out if she OD'd. So I was like, I circled a little piece of his song. I was like, you have a really nice song. You did a very good job. This song is done. This is the part this is the song I'm really interested in. And the next day he came in with this. And he blew my mind. I'm going to do my best to do his melody. There's a hole in my heart. There's a hole in my arm. And I used to try to fill it with a needle in a car. Things got kind of sketchy back when we got heavy, though we both played a part in that little gray Chevy. Been 10 years since I felt the freedom of an open road. I'm wiser from the time, but it's taken its toll. I've been doing a lot, doing the best with what I've got. And I hear you're doing everything I'm not. I've been searching so long, someday you'll get there. You're still in that car, never going nowhere. Some people don't change, some people get saved. Baby, you hung on to people, places, and things. I think this might be an old version. It's been 10 years since I felt the freedom of an open road. I'm wiser from the time, but it's taken its toll. I've been doing a lot, making the best of what I've got. And I hear you're doing everything I'm not. It's like one of the best examples I've ever heard of somebody choosing the juxtaposition of being in like physical bondage and choosing freedom, where someone has freedom is choosing bondage. Cool, right? Cool, right? I'm telling you guys, you should take my songwriting class. But now what's great is that, I made it, right? I made this class. So I'm doing the advanced. Oh, here's these quotes. I will get prepared before I go in there tomorrow. But I'm doing the advanced class. So this isn't, advanced, because obviously it's like whatever. But this is the class that I'll do the training in October, where I'll teach more people to come and do it. So like in this, that didn't work. Does that make sense? Like the Cultural Arts Alliance is making it so I can bring 4 writers down to teach them. So the first week they'll come up and we'll go through this training, which is the official Beyond Bars training. So after going there after doing the residency 5 times, we developed this training. So like, why am I bringing this up? Caitlin, show and tell, checks and balances. Conversational, second verse, first verse. Chekhov's gun, save your little darlings, little sales statements. Oh, I know why I'm saying this. Because, before when I used to use Mary Gaucher songs as teaching examples and whatever. I mean, now I'm using the inmate songs as the teaching examples. And so when I get up there and I talk and I teach new students from the inmate song, it's like they're like, oh, like they already relate, and because their songs are good enough. They really are. Like, what's a better example than that? Anyway, some of this could be better, but it's pretty good. And like the CAA made it so that I could create this. And then Phoebe came and helped me do the teacher training, and then we worked on this week 2, which is like the all of week 2 is like they spend a whole week writing, that whole first week writing, and then in part 2 they actually get up and do a bunch of, like some of that melody stuff I was doing earlier, like figuring out how, like, oh, where's the, it's like, how would you figure out, how would you embody your songs as yourself as an instrument if you didn't have resources for anything, So in a way, I mean, I try to explain to them that they have this advantage. If I had to, I could probably figure out how to turn my body into a drum and sing at the same time. But they have tablets, and so they'll use those too. But what do we have here? Making melodies? I don't even remember what I did. So, you know what I think I want to do, though? I think I want, because now part of the training is, now that I've had Dave Bournay, Anna Bournay, Wyatt, Just Sharman took it, and I've heard the songs that the songwriters have written, as well as the song that the inmates have written. I think it's got a pretty cool flow, and I want to maybe offer this, like, I could maybe do it online with people who wanted to do like a 5-day intensive songwriting. It's like write songs like the inmates do. I don't know. How should we pitch this? Go to prison? Prison songwriting? Yeah. In a way, I mean, think about it. Like, I mean, these kids songs that we wrote, they're so great, but they have a lot, children's songs do have a lot of the same principles as like these old spirituals, and gospel songs are songs that were written in prison. It's like usually a 1-line repeating chorus, and it's just distilled to the truth, because children don't care. They don't care. They just call it like they see it. They don't care if they're sounding good or not. Scrappy songwriting. Yeah. That's a good idea, Tom. Tom Pritchard's here, and he's going to take it. He's taking it. He's doing it. So, I was going to see. Well, let me see if I can find one of these kids' songs. Do you guys want to hear one of these kids' songs? Oh, I need an assistant to organize me. Here's another one from Semi, just because I have it right here. He's one of the only one who wrote all of his songs down for me. A chip of personality. Mama, mama, why is that tree blue? Son, what do you mean? Right there in front of you. Isn't that tree really, really blue? Son, I really don't know what you mean, because blue is the color of the blue, blue waves. Blue is the color of the clear blue sky. He did this. Blue is the cover of Mama's famous blueberry pie. Blue is the color of your favorite sports teams. But mama, why is that tree blue? Son, I think I know why you're confused. What color is that grass? Mama, I think it's blue. Is there something wrong with me? Baby boy, I think you're perfect. You just might be colorblind. Because blue is the color of the cool blue waves. Blue is the color of the clear blue skies. Okay, so that's not Wade in the water, but, you know, Semi's white. So there you go. Okay, you guys, these songs could be Bardies. I don't get. Lindsay will organize you. Oh gosh, Lindsay, will you organize me, man? I'm like, yeah. I don't feel lit up by organizing these. You guys, thank you very, very much for being with me for Married to Monday. If your baller dollars have been coming in, it's already 9. All right. If your baller dollars have been coming in, I don't know, because I don't have my phone. I don't know where it is. I just know someone was calling me earlier. But if your baller dollars are coming in, I do so appreciate your baller dollars. And again, I've got to get up at 7. Bards? I don't get it. So for this Married to Monday, there's no more baller dollars. But of course, I'm not going to not do baller dollar ditties on the last Married to Monday. Next Monday, I'll be back in Nashville for the Hook. So the Hook Forerunner episode. And then the second Monday, it's like an Americana thing. And then the next Monday. So it's just like there's too many Mondays. So we're going to do Wedded to Wednesday. But I have to figure out when I get back when we're starting and how that's all working. So I just appreciate your baller dollars. I don't know who gets ditties, but even though this is technically the last Married to Monday till I figure out what we're doing, I'm not just going to like leave you hanging without baller dollar ditties. If it was really going to be the last Married to Monday, we would do a massive baller dollar ditty jam. I'm going to get all the friends to come. Okay. So, thanks you guys for hanging out with me. I know I've got some texts from some of you guys that I haven't responded to. My phone has been in the drawer. But I don't need ditties. Aw. That's sweet, John. Well, they're not very good. Okay. Well, let me know if you want your ditties or not. So Steven does. Okay, you guys. So just stay tuned. I'll let you know when I'm coming back for more. It just depends. I might have to do some more of these. I might have to do some more of these for you. There's just some really great stuff in here. Like this one. Let me leave you with this. By the great Lit. He's the sweetest kid. I pray to God with the faith of a mustard seed, speaking forth, knowing the universe will hear. Faith moves mountains. He was 22 maybe. I ascend. What's a mountain to a mountaineer? I meditate on top of the mountain, right? Because you have to go places in your mind in here. Asking the mountain, stay still, for I know within my soul the mountain is a monument to my struggle. My struggle is real. My struggle, my adversity, now my adversaries for all to come near. I embraced the struggle, became the struggle, came through the struggle, and now, because of the struggle, I became who I am. You look inside a mirror while I look inside and see who I am. My thoughts, my actions, my feelings, my perspective. I became them, a living, breathing, walking, talking image of God. I became him. So I meditate on top of that mountain, praying. It never moves. I know it'll reveal long after I am gone that yet I am still here, sitting atop a mountain of adversity, a monument for the universe to see. I became a mountaineer. Yeah, I have no problems. I love you guys. Would you like to hear a secret? Would you? You want to hear a secret? I didn't even see if we had